Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. It has been a decent day today because I've had yet another keyboard to test, and this time it is the Redragon Galatin Pro K719 mechanical keyboard, and fun fact, it is the first Redragon keyboard to feature a screen. And I must say that I do think that that is a bit of a selling point in itself, because it can also display GIFs, which is really cool, but more on that in a moment. Now, Redragon did sponsor this content, though my thoughts are my own, so a massive shout out to them, and you can find all of the relevant links down in the description below. Let's get into it. So there is no real hiding the fact that the standout feature here is the LCD screen on the top right hand side of the lightweight keyboard. I feel it is unique in a sense that you don't usually see this kind of thing in a big way on keyboards, especially when it comes to playing GIFs, but by default the screen will give you the time and various statuses, like if it is in Windows or Mac mode, or your caps lock is turned on, that kind of thing. And you can access the keyboard's menu using the rotary knob next to the screen to access things like your RGB settings and your connectivity settings, and that's really about it, to be honest with you. You can use the Redragon software to customize it with your own GIFs or images, but do note that the maximum GIF length can be 60 frames, as you have to upload them as an animation. It does take a little while to do this, but it is definitely worth it just for that added customization, and if you want to display a static image, then you can as well. The Redragon Galatin is a lightweight 95 key wireless keyboard with an off-white and green colorway, with a few keys in a darker green color. It very much embraces the fact that it uses linear Mint Mambo switches, which before this keyboard I've not had any experience with, but they do feel durable enough. They have an actuation travel of 2.0 to 5 millimeters and 3.6 millimeter total travel distance, and with a light 40+10 gram force, they make for a pretty light typing and gaming experience. I couldn't really fault the feeling, though I must say they felt a little bit light to the touch, like there is no real resistance or feeling of force on its return actuation. This might be down to the lightweightness of the keyboard itself being made from ABS plastic, and it is gasket mounted, though this isn't necessarily a bad thing either, as the keyboard felt sturdy enough, though you do experience somewhat of a flex when pressing down on the keyboard, especially towards the center of the board. You've also got rounded PBT keycaps, which do feel nice and grippy, and they have a nice font which is clear and easy to read even on the colored keys, though there is no shine through here, which I thought was a little disappointing. Now, I really do like the fact that it has got a number pad on the right hand side. Yes, I am one of those people, and to be honest, they've fit it within a very nice surface area by getting rid of the function keys on the keyboard. Now, it has a delete button at the very top next to the screen, but there's no home or end or anything like that. There are 5 layers of dampening for what sounds like a nice and loud clacky thought kind of sound, though maybe not as dampened as something like the Yakko Sorrento we saw not too long ago. And in terms of dampening, you have got PO foam, IPXE switch foam, a PET pad, a bottom socket foam, and a silicone dampener. Now just listen and let us know what you think in the comments. In terms of connectivity, you have got 3 options, being Bluetooth 5, a 2.4 GHz dongle, or a wired connection. And for the most part, I did use this keyboard wirelessly, except for charging, of course, and for changing certain settings in the Redragon software, as you do need to plug the keyboard in to make those changes. There was no noticeable input lag while playing games, and it was an overall decent experience, and it was quite comfy to actually use. Now, the USB Type-C input though is on the left hand side, which I do find a little bit odd, and the little housing to store the USB dongle is on the right hand side. Why not put them together, and also why not just put them on the back of the keyboard? There is a right angled USB Type-C cable in the box to mitigate this somewhat, but I'm still not keen on the placement. I think it's a design choice that I don't think unfortunately pays off. You've got a 4000 milliamp battery inside, which I must say I've generally stuck it on charge overnight once a week, and it has been great throughout my testing, though I can see people thinking that that is a little bit too low, especially when you have got the screen on there as well. The Redragon Galatin Pro is a pretty decent little keyboard that I've had no real issues with while typing and gaming, and it doesn't cost the earth either. Its color theme is nice looking, especially for someone who likes their desktop fans to be a cyan-like color like me, and it's comfy to use and twist into place for hand placement. Now, sound-wise, it's not really for me, but it doesn't sound really too bad. Just a bit loud and clacky, and the USB Type-C port on the left-hand side is very strangely placed. But as far as keyboards go, I have certainly seen and used worse than this for sure. But for more information, do head down to the description to see all of the links down there and to purchase one for yourself. And again, thank you for Redragon for sponsoring this video.